Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of AT Fins News. Today we're gonna be recapping the Miami Dolphins 20-3 victory over the New Orleans Saints on Monday Night Football. So without further ado, let's just get right into it, shall we? So the Miami Dolphins pulled it off. They have now won 7 in a row, baby. The first team ever to lose 7 consecutive games and then come back and win 7 games in a row. So that's a pretty good accomplishment for the Dolphins. This is the first 7 game win streak the Dolphins have been on since 1985. So, I mean, as Dolphin fans, we all should be excited. I mean, even me going 1-7 to start the year, I thought the season was already over. I just wanted to see the development of Tua moving forward to see if he was our guy. But look at where we are now. They've rallied to win 7 in a row. Currently, they're in the seventh seed in the AFC playoffs. So if the season ended today, they would make it. So it's just a remarkable comeback story for the Dolphins. Really, no matter how this season plays out, just for them to get one game over 500 after the start that they had is an accomplishment in itself, I would say. But of course, as fans, we all want to see them take that next step and be able to make the playoffs. Which what it's going to take is going into Tennessee and beating Ryan Tannehill, our old friend Ryan Tannehill. And then we would have to finish it up against the Patriots in Miami the last week of the season. So it's not going to be easy, but congratulations to this organization for being able to keep their head down and work hard, man. Not get distraught and just fall apart as a team. They stuck together, and how the adversity they went through in this season, you're going to see how they talk about each other. They are really bonded and really a close knit group, and I mean that has to be because of starting that 1-7 and then coming together as a team, having player only meetings, figuring it out, and then winning 7 in a row. That builds that chemistry real quick to see that they all stuck together. So we love to see it. We love to see it. As far as this game against the Saints, we'll be breaking it down. I mean, Tua, I would say, I mean, he did what was asked of him. He didn't do no more, no less. We had a real conservative game plan. I think Brian Flores going in, he knew that the Saints offense wasn't going to be able to do much against our defense, especially with you got to feel sorry for the kid Ian Book. Um, I mean, playing in his first career game as a rookie against that defense, he was just bound to fail. I mean, he was in a lose-lose situation. But Flores knew that going in, so he decided to play real conservative with our offense. He didn't want our offense to be able to put our defense in bad situations to give up easy points. So he just asked Tua to do his job. Tua did it. He did it all right. I would give him probably like a C+ for the game. I didn't really like that interception he threw in the third quarter. It was a bad read. First of all, it was man to man coverage, and Lattimore for the Saints. He for some reason inexplicably just left Waddle wide open on a dig route in the middle of the field, and he went after Hollins, chasing him down the field, and Tua threw it to him. I mean, if Tua made a better throw, he might have been able to fit it into that window. But the easier throw, even on the broadcast, is just to hit that dig route, and it would have been an easy first down. Waddle was wide open. I mean, it could have been even a big play. I mean, it could have been like a 25, 30 yarder, but at least 15 yards would have had the first down. So just that one mistake really is the glaring mistake that I see from Tua in this game. He wasn't, like I said, wasn't really asked to do much. But even when he's not asked to do much, you see a flash play. You did see that beautiful dime that he threw to Mac Hollins on the sidelines on a big boy down. It was 3rd and 9. The Dolphins really didn't have any momentum going the whole game with their offense. And Tua was able to deliver that dime, and we were able to go down the field, and then it ended with that Jalen Waddle forward pass at the red zone to get that touchdown for our offense. But I mean, as far as what the game plan was, Tua didn't really do anything to hurt us. besides that interception. But even when he threw it, it wasn't like it was in our side of the end zone. It was pretty much like almost like a 30-yard punt, if you want to call it. I mean, it put him at their 35-yard line. So they still had to go the length of the field, and with our defense playing how they were yesterday, there was just no way they were going to be able to get that ball into the end zone. I mean, I'm of course I'm happy with the performance. I'm happy with the win. Any way we can get it right now. I mean, it's December football. This is where weird things happen, and just to see our team continually, I think their identity is they're learning how to play complementary football. I mean, you can just tell at the beginning of the year, one phase of our game was really good, like our defense, or our offense was driving the ball and getting points, but our defense would blow it, or our defense would shut the team down, and then our offense would not be able to put enough points, even though our defense was holding it down for 3.5 quarters. Now, have you seen these last 7 games? They started playing complementary football, like I was asking for in my previous videos, and they found that identity. They're not asking the offense to do too much. Our defense is on a tear right now. They want us to play conservative football and get 2 touchdowns on our offense, maybe a touchdown on defense, a couple field goals, and Brian Flores believes they should win that game if the offense puts up the 2 touchdowns and a couple field goals. So, I mean, you can't blame Tua for that. That's just the coaching philosophy, and you can't discredit the results. We won the 7 in a row. So, I mean, as long as it works, I don't really care how we win the games right now. I just want to see this team in the playoffs. Just because a lot of people don't realize this team is super young. I mean, we have young guys throughout the whole field, and to see them stick together after the rough start and to be 1-7 and in the playoffs as of right now, it's just building the team up for years to come. I mean, they're getting all this experience. They're pretty much playing postseason football right now, even though it's not postseason, because one game they're out pretty much. They have to win out. They've had to win out for the last 7 weeks, and they've done it. A lot of the young players are balling out, like, of course, Jalen Waddle. I mean, look at what he did yesterday. 10 catches for 92 yards and a touchdown. That shovel pass was considered a catch and a touchdown, not a run. So, I mean, but Waddle's been spectacular. He's learning how to separate from the defense constantly. Our offensive coordinators, you got to give him credit. They put him in situations where he can win. You even seen him line up in the backfield this week, and we haven't really seen a lot of that. He's been taking advantage of motions with him more. So you just got to get credit to our offensive coordinators, whichever one's calling the plays, because we have 2 of them. You just got to give them credit for being creative and getting him the ball. I mean, he's our biggest playmaker. He makes things happen. He's a pretty for sure catcher. I mean, he's dropped a few this year, but he has for sure hands. And, I mean, is he 6 receptions away from breaking Anquan Bolden's rookie record for receptions? So you got to give it up to that man. He's balling. We also got Javon Holland. He's one of the brightest young safeties in the game, and he's only a rookie. Even the commentators yesterday were talking about him. Jalen Phillips, another young guy just coming into his own and helping this team win games. So getting these guys all that game experience and the intensity of each game, because it's almost a playoff game in their eyes, it's just going to help them become better pros in the future, and we love to see that as a Dolphin fans, obviously. Also, would like to mention, for everyone saying that we found our run game because we ran over the Jets last week, it was really a mirage. It's just the Jets. They're not that good. I mean, I like how we stuck to the run game, and we've been sticking to the run game. That's the key for our offense, because we got to stay consistent, and we have to show some semblance of a running game, even if we don't have a running game really. But we ran the ball 30 times for 86 yards total as a team, only a 2.9 yard clip. Our offensive line couldn't really open up any running holes. I did like Duke Johnson and Philip Lindsay were running the ball super hard yesterday. Even when there was nothing there, they would put their head down and hit someone in the chest and get 2-3 yards. And that's really all you can ask for. as far as the stats go, Johnson and Lindsey both had 13 carries apiece. Johnson had 39 yards rushing, and Philip Lindsay 36 yards rushing. So you see, there was really no consistency there besides the carries. And then Miles Gaskin had 3 carries for 10 yards. So, I mean, we really didn't have any run game. We asked Tua to throw the ball short. He made a couple good throws, good reads. He had a couple errant throws. Of course, we already talked about the interception, but we're gonna need him to improve going forward, especially. I know the Saints were like a test. It was a step up in class for us, but they did have a lot of people out with injury. But what we do got to realize is the Saints front four. They're still a pretty good unit and they're nasty. So, I mean, for our offensive line to, we weren't atrocious, but we weren't good by any means. Our line's gonna have to play more consistent in these next 2 weeks. Tua's gonna have to start making more of those big boy throws like he did to Matt Collins in the game. He's gonna have to make them more consistently in the throughout the entire game in order for us to have the chance in these next 2 weeks. Because as far as the Titans, their defense, just to get into them real quick, but we'll have a breakdown of them on Friday. They play a lot of zone defense, and I've been telling you guys, Tua can eat up zones. So I don't have. I think Tua and Waddle's gonna be able to find a soft spot in the zones, and he's gonna be able to eat, and Tua's gonna have a decent game. But we're gonna have to score points to beat way more points, I think, to beat the Titans as far as on offense, because remember we got a pick six in this game, so we really only had our offense only put up 1 touchdown. So we're gonna have to score more touchdowns on offense because you really can't lean your hat on getting pick sixes by your defense all the time. It's rare to see, so we're gonna have to score more points on offense. Tua's gonna have to take that next leap, which I mean, I have confidence that he will. He's our quarterback. I mean, he's doing what the coaching staff's asked him to do. The coaching staff's putting him in the positions he feels most comfortable in. So they just got to continue to do that, keep that identity of complimentary football, and it should be an exciting 2 weeks left in the season, man. I mean, what more can we ask for as Dolphin fans? From 1-7, guys, to 8-7. The last 2 games are going to be meaningful games. And if you'd have told me that back in the end of October, I would have said you are out of your mind. So for us to at least have meaningful games in December, all the credit to this organization, the players, the coaches, for not giving up on the season and putting their head down and just working as hard as they possibly can to bring a winning product on the field. And you got to give them credit, man. Like I said, again, good job for this organization. As Finn fans, we should enjoy the moment. And even though we have 2 tough teams coming up, enjoy the fight this team showed from 1-7 to 8-7. Like I said again, baby. And the last thing I'll end off on here, like always, guys, fins up. Don't worry about Tennessee. We'll be fine. We'll break that game down on Friday. Show you some holes that the Titans have where we can take advantage of and be able to come out on top. Let's enjoy this victory. Another victory on prime time. I believe that makes us 2-0. Usually the Dolphins in recent years, they would struggle. So you got to, like I said, you got to give it to us. They're bucking some trends that the Dolphins usually had. So congratulations to Flores. Fins up, guys. I love each and every one of you. Make sure you hit that like button and make sure you guys subscribe if you like the content so we can build this channel organically and help this channel grow and so we can provide more and more content to you guys. But like I said, fins up and 7 in a row, baby. Peace.